Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to Channel Rockaritaville. I'm Al Rock, your hostess, and we are here to do your general timeless intuitive tarot reading for the week ahead for the sun, moon, and rising sign of Scorpio. As always, this is a general reading, so if the story that we pull out today isn't yours, you might try your moon and rising sign on the channel. There could be something there for you. And finally, I want to thank my new subscribers, my returning subscribers, and all of you dropping by the channel to check it out. Thank you so much for being here. Your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments all help the channel grow. So thank you for being a part of it. So, Scorpio, let's find out what your most influential energy is in the week ahead. Scorpio's most influential energy in the week ahead, please. Scorps, we're starting with a mixed deck of animal and plant energy, the illustrated herbiary and bestiary. So we'll see what cards pop out from there, and then we'll go to tarot, and we'll end with the power of surrender cards. So Scorpio, most influential energy for the week ahead. That flew too far, and I can't see what it is. It's face down. Give me a second, I'll grab it. There's another one. Also can't see where it landed. There it is. All right, let's grab what's popped out. Bottom of the deck, Scorpio, is Dandelion, Perseverance. And then we had the second card that popped out is What Needs Mending, Comfrey. And then we have Lavender, Tough Love. Blue Damselfly, Commune with Nature. Blue Damselfly has been coming out this week. So, Scorpio, tough love, your inner tigress or tiger is coming out. I'm seeing an arrow here in his printing, or sorry about my terrible fingernail polish. Forgive me, please. So this arrowhead here and this arrowhead here, you you're communicating telepathically, I think, with somebody, Scorpio, and you're bringing in some tough love energy, some boundaries here. Not sure why that is. Whatever it is, it might be something that needs mended. Maybe there is a hurt or a confusion, or somebody's just crossed a line with you, Scorpio, that you just maybe you went a little bit too far with your tough love, and now there's been a rupture or an injury in the relationship, intentional or unintentional. So comfrey is here as a quick healer, and that is the medicine of comfrey, is that it mends quickly. It doesn't stick around when it's not needed. It comes in quick and it goes out quick, right? So that's the medicine of comfrey. And then finally, and we'll pull one more card out here, we have communing with nature. So when you're in the healing or the mending process with comfrey, with this tough love energy, spending time in nature, in meditation, just in a state of quietude or quietness is really going to do a lot to soothe your soul, Scorpio. Taking flight, looking at things from multiple points of view. The damselfly is part of the dragonfly family, and what makes dragonflies so cool is that they can, fly up and down and forwards and backwards, and I don't know, maybe even upside down. So the damselfly is a very adaptable, adept flyer. It navigates and it moves in the direction it needs to move without much thought. It comes naturally for the damselfly. Cat hair there. My cat came by for a visit when I was pre-shuffling. So yeah, that's the damselfly energy. So let's get one more card for Scorpio in the week ahead, please. Okay, I'm just gonna pull that one. A spoonful of sugar, marshmallow. So, whatever this tough love is or this boundary is that you need to set, Scorpio, it looks like it turns out well. There's the ooey gooiness of Marshmallow, who comes in to soften all the edges, right? When marshmallow's melty, it just kind of, soothes around that and, dulls the corners and the edginess of it. So, Marshmallow's here to support whatever this tough love is and this healing with a spoonful of sugar and some sweetness around it. And again, Perseverance still here at the bottom of the deck. So with Dandelion, whatever this is, you're persevering through it. It seems like maybe this mending is something that's needed to take place for a while, as maybe is the tough love. And so interesting. It's really, I'm not getting a lot more about that. So let's do some clarifying with the tarot deck and see what comes out. Oh, kitty, kitty. Clarify Lavender. Why is tough love here for Scorpio this week? You have Four of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. Success. Tell me more about Lavender, tough love. Queen of Swords in reverse. That's funny. Yeah, you've had a heartbreak here. Three of Swords. You've experienced some suffering. It's caused you some pain. Yeah, yep. So wow, lots of swords energy here around this tough love. So the Queen of Swords is a detached energy. She doesn't give an F anymore. She's fed up. She's not having it. She's saying what she has to say. And with the Five of Swords in reverse, this isn't even about conflict anymore. This is about wrath. So when wrath is here, and the detachment from the emotions is so extreme, I can understand why the medicine of comfrey is here for healing. So, Scorpio, we know that this energy is present, and it's good to know that it's here. This could be past energy, but I've asked for the overarching energy of the week ahead. So, somewhere there's been a conflict, and somewhere, you took it down, Scorpio. Probably in, fairly passionate Scorpio fashion, right? Which also explains why Marshmallow's on the scene to really to take that ooey gooey and put it around all of these edges here. So you've been pretty clear about something. You have dropped the Scorpio hammer. You're done, Scorpio. That's just literally all I can say about it is you're fed up and you're not taking it anymore and you're not being nice in how you're communicating about it. So, with all of that said, Scorpio, the ideal vibrational frequency is not really this frequency, is it? Bringing in tough love is setting boundaries because you love yourself and you're doing it with a sense of kindness and worthiness. So, it's okay to be in a detached state. However, maybe you can try to turn this Queen of Swords upright and become perceptive. Maybe you're perceiving something about the situation that isn't entirely true or isn't entirely accurate, which is why the energy of Marshmallow and Comfrey are here. And, what is conflict related, which means that you can be in conflict and you can take the time to converse about it, to talk through it, to work through it, right? If that's what it takes, or some conflict is simply about walking away, Scorpio. No words needed. So that's going to be up to you and your personal situation where you're setting boundaries, Scorpio. But you don't have to bring wrath. You don't need to bring Five of Swords in reverse. because that's going to lower your frequency. And, at the end of the day, the wrath behavior, that's poison towards you. So, in your tough love scenario, if you can just remember to breathe, remember that if you don't have to be engaged in the conversation, it's okay to walk away. Look at it from different points of view, from the Queen of Swords in the upright position. You can be clear, you can be concise, you can set your boundaries. And again, sometimes those boundaries might just simply be walking away, Scorpio. So, whatever it is, the tough love energy is tough energy in the week ahead, Scorps. And with this Three of Swords here, it's bringing suffering, it's bringing a broken heart. That could be yours, or it could be somebody on the receiving end of it. So, you're going to have to take this how it fits, Scorpio. But whatever it is, there's some hurt, there's some heartache here, there's some pain. So, tell me more about comfrey, please. What needs mending for Scorpio? Tell me more about what needs mending. It landed face down. I'll grab it here. They both. Okay. All right. Three's good enough. What needs mending? The Two of Wands. It looks like a choice needs to be made, Scorpio. That there's a Genesis moment. And maybe the choice that needs to be made is in conflict with what somebody else wants. At the end of the day, Scorpio, truly the highest good is going to be the one that keeps you in the highest vibrational frequency here. So what needs mending is something about a decision that was made. Maybe you made a decision without somebody, Scorpio, and they needed to be in on the decision as well. And perhaps that needs to be healed as well. So what came out is the Ace of Swords in reverse and Justice in reverse. Interesting. So there has been an injustice, some corrupt behavior, perhaps some dishonesty, something. Well, corruption is corruption. It's the scales imbalanced, right? And with that, the aces are typically new beginnings. And, here we have, instead of the realization, we have uncertainty around something, Scorpio. So whatever this is, a realization that had potential in the mind space to grow is now in a state of uncertainty. And there's something unjust around it. And that's what needs mending. That's why comfrey's here. It's here to heal the fact that there's a decision that needs to be made, that you're uncertain about it because there's something that's not equal, or there's something unjust about it. So that's what you're healing in the week ahead, to turn justice. So for yourself, in terms of this Two of Wands and the genesis or the decision that's being made, Scorps, is you're just going to be able to turn this Ace of Swords into the upright position. It's, first of all, gather the realization that you do feel uncertain about a situation, whatever that is for you. And then you can begin to work towards gaining your footing in that situation. You can make your choices once you realize that there is that level of fear, doubt, and worry that's potentially holding you back. And to bring that justice and the scales back into balance, it's understanding what you have control over, Scorpio, and what you don't have control over. So you can always bring justice into the situation by balancing multiple points of view and multiple perspectives. Okay, and so gather your wits around that uncertainty, or that Ace of Swords in reverse. Because that's here to be healed for you. It's here for you because this is in the upright position, which means that you're making your choice, right? It is the genesis and the power behind the choosing and taking the journey. Tell me more about blue damselfly. Communing with nature. Tell me more about Blue Damselfly. Why is Blue Damselfly here? Scorpio. All right, so we have the Princess of Wands in reverse. It fell over a spoonful of sugar and commune with nature. So this is hedonistic behavior. This is the selfless pursuit of pleasure. Really about your passion, Scorpio. Not really giving much thought as to what your actions are creating in your outer world. Interesting. We have the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And then with commune with nature, we have the Wizard, we have the Light, and we have the Seven of Wands. So, Scorpio, something's taking courage in the week ahead. You're standing your ground about something clearly because tough love is here. We had the Three of Swords show up at the bottom of the deck under tough love, the Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Five of Swords in reverse. So something here is taking courage for you to stand up. And you're feeling a little bit unsteady, and there's a lot of energy down here vying for your attention, and it's just really taking the courage for you to stand up to that. And going out into nature and communing with nature gives you that energy reboot. So think of it as going and getting a fuel in your car, for example, right? Your tank is empty, you go out into nature and you fuel up, right? So you're going to need courage, and going into nature and getting into a place, getting into maybe a state of readiness, I would say, because you're creating, right? You've got the Light here, which is a revealing, and then you have the Wizard, which is the power of creation. So by tapping into nature and getting out and about and just being away from the hustle and bustle of a city or a situation or the energy of a relationship, those creative insights will begin to come through. Those will be revealed to you. And you're going to need to find the courage to follow those. When you are in conflict and you're setting boundaries with tough love, those aren't easy conversations to have, Scorpio. And so spending time alone to think about how you can approach it, what's the highest good for the situation, not just Scorpio's highest good. What's the highest good for all, Scorpio? And go that route. Create in that sense of well-being, okay? Tell me more about marshmallow, a spoonful of sugar. Always super intense Scorpio energy. I'm a Scorpio too, so inertia. Yeah, you're tired, Scorpio. Eight of Wands is it's shifting, it's communication, it is in the upright position, it's movement, it's forward motion. In the reverse position, it's a lack of energy and that ability to be able to move forward, which is true because I really feel it. I felt it even before I started the reading, that sense of, I feel a sense of exhaustion, maybe, I guess is the best way that I can say it. So it makes sense that inertia is here and why you're being called into nature for it. Because nature will rejuvenate you in a way that giving your energy to other people or, it's a private thing, Scorpio. You're the private one in the one of the really private ones in the zodiac. Go spend your time alone. Spend it outside. This is going to heal. There's been a conflict of some sort. The level of the conflict is going to depend on your situation. We have the Emperor in, it didn't come out in reverse. It came out sideways. So again, Emperor is the authority. It's all four of the kings in the deck combined into one. And when it comes out sideways, that says to me that the energy's wobbly in the week ahead. So, in terms of emperor, that is a structure or something that's in place. It's healthy, it's grounded, it's solid, it's clear in its communication and its direction. And when it's in the reverse position, it's the opposite of all those things. It's manipulative, it's controlling, it's trying to, down to the last detail controlling. And so whatever this is the wobbly energy of the authority figure. It could be a boss on the job. It could be in a relationship. It could be the parents in a household. Something there. So, with that, just be aware that, to harness that emperor energy in the upright position, those boundaries and that tough love, it comes into the wobble when you're setting boundaries in a really aggressive manner, because you can set boundaries without aggression. And this is here just to remind you that as you put this structure in place, you're going to feel wobbly as you do it. And that support of marshmallow to soothe out the edges is here for you. Can I get some clarification on the Princess of Wands in reverse, please? What's this hedonistic energy? Hedonistic is the difference between selfish and selfless. So, in pursuit of something, there's selfish pursuits and then there's selfless pursuits. Something that benefits all involved instead of just one individual person, is what I'm hearing for that. Tell me more about the Princess of Wands. Maybe you're just, I really see just an absolute sense of joy on her face. In the U.S., it's a holiday weekend this weekend, and I'm struck by her absolute pleasure. Now, hedonistic behavior isn't always a negative thing. It is the pursuit of pleasure, and it is pursuit of passion. So this could be an intimate relationship as well that's really got a lot of energy behind it. But she's enjoying this. I'm not getting that this card, I'm not getting the energy off this card in terms of a high level selfishness. I think somebody's just trying to have a good time, and perhaps somebody else is taking it wrong. And it really is just, I think, because now I have you back into the Seven of Discs, which is working hard. So this, I think, is something as simple as taking a break, because here I see you, Scorpio, really putting the work into things, really planting your garden. And sometimes there just needs to be a sense of pleasure to, maybe make this a little bit less mundane. And maybe that's the sweetness that's coming in with an emperor energy, and that energy is a little bit wobbly. How are we for time? Okay, we're all right. So tell me more about Dandelion, please. Perseverance. Okay, yep. Confusion. Eight of Swords. Yeah, you feel trapped in something, Scorpio. You're confused. You're a little bit in your headspace. You are feeling trapped. The environment's cold. It's windy. Whatever it is, you're persevering through it. And remember that when you're stuck in this mind space, Scorpio, that really, I keep going back to nature over and over and over again. You need to get out of the barren landscape of what's happening in your mind and get into fertility and the creative process, because the wizard is here. The power of creation and manifestation is with you if you're harnessing your Scorpio energy in the right direction. And it's absolutely within your power for whatever this conflict energy that's coming in, for you to manage it and alchemize it and turn it into something really amazing for yourself, Scorpio, a lesson. You can turn this inertia, get your rest, refuel yourself, and then you can turn this Eight of Wands into the upright position and shift that energy out of conflict and towards movement. And ways that you can do that is when you know that you're in a conflict energy and you can get yourself out of it, get your body calmed, get your state of consciousness into a healthier place by breathing, by listening to music, maybe going for a walk, meditating, anything like that to bring your energy back to a healthier mind state for yourself, Scorpio. Okay. So anything else, just any other general messages for Scorpio for the week ahead before we find out what Scorpio will benefit in surrendering. Additional messages for Scorpio for the week ahead, please. Well, it doesn't look like there is anything else. Let's just grab this guy. Oh, okay. So this might, so Scorpio, this might have to do with love. The lovers are here. So, if this is a relationship, not work or anything like that, you're talking about a higher level of union potentially, or thinking about a higher level of union. And with that, you teach people how to treat you, Scorpio. And, whatever this is, it looks like agreement is gained, right? Do you see the lower self, the higher self, and the divine all in union, all in agreement? So I would say, whatever this is, if you can stay in high frequency, Scorpio, as you set your boundaries and you teach people how to treat you, that it moves you forward into higher states of consciousness and union, not only with yourself, but with other people. It's okay that somebody didn't know how to treat you. And it's, once is innocent, Scorpio. So look at the situation more broadly. Is this a repeat, or is this a once is innocent? Is there more to know? You just don't know what's going on, Scorp. So, this card talks about marriage. It talks about that higher level of union and coming into a state of balance for yourself. And you're going to do that through your determination, King of Discs, walking it out, being practical about it, step by step, Scorpio. This is a really practical card. Keep your thoughts high. Keep your thoughts towards what it is that you're working towards with this King of Discs. And, just remember, all will be well. You're persevering through this with Dandelion. You have a lot of beautiful supportive energy here with Marshmallow, rounding out the edges and taking the edge off of things. You have the energy of Comfrey, which is a quick healing energy. You've got the energy of making choices. And I think, Scorps, if you can balance the way you communicate, you're going to be well served. So tell me what Scorpio will benefit in surrendering in the week ahead, please. What will Scorpio benefit in surrendering in the week ahead, please? Scorpio, surrender, please. Surrender your fear of intimacy, Scorpio. We'll read the card here in just a second. What will Scorpio benefit from surrendering in the week ahead? Surrender obsessive thinking. That's all that Swords energy. That's the Queen of Swords in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, the Three of Swords, the Eight of Swords, all that Swords energy. That's this card. So surrender obsessive thinking. You're obsessing about a person or situation. Turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. Something's forbidden right now, Scorpio. You have an apple in your life. It's forbidden. You need to just release it. Let that go. Stop thinking about it. And then surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in. Compassionately identify and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So I wonder if you're defensive against love, Scorpio. If maybe you are defending against something trying to come in that is a higher level for you, and that you are having problems with intimacy and opening your heart, Scorps, and it's causing conflict. Maybe somebody needs more information about you, or you need more information about somebody else. One more card for what Scorpio will benefit in surrendering in the week ahead. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So, Scorpio, if you're trying to control a situation, with that Queen of Swords energy and the conflict and the wrath, you have to act this way, you have to do this thing, or if somebody's doing that to you, it's not going to work. People show up how they are. They tell you who they are every day of their lives. And when people show it to you, they don't necessarily say it to you. It's actions that speak, not words. And so, Scorpio, you're being invited at this time to look at the action of the situation that's causing you conflict at this time. I'm going to pull this last card that's sticking out. Surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Whatever the situation is that you are trying to fix somebody, there's more out there for you, Scorpio. Release it, let it go, and it creates space for that new energy, that new relationship, that new job, that new project, whatever it is that you're working towards, whatever it is you're manifesting here with the wizard, you're abundant, Scorpio, and it would serve you really well to believe that, because scarcity is blocking you. So surrender that in the week ahead. And then finally, surrender your attachment to results. The formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. So release the outcome, Scorps. Says there's a little bit of heavy energy here in this reading, but you're fine. The conflict will pass. It always does. You've got love here. You've got something to be revealed. The only thing you really need to do is go have some fun, to go out, spend some time in nature, to let go of obsessive thinking. If you want to think obsessively about something, Scorpio, think obsessively about what it is that you're creating in your life, and go with God, my friend. I love you, Scorpio. Have a beautiful week ahead. Bye.